Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Owen Morgan about a season 4 of Cobra Kai, which is streaming now worldwide on Netflix. Welcome back to the show, man. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me back. It's great to see you again.
It's pretty awesome, too, because, 4 seasons. I mean, we talked about this a little last time you came on the show, too. Oh, Bert is an original Cobra Kai member since season 1. Like, it's pretty awesome. Does it clue in? Does it sink in more, like, before a new season comes out that kind of Bert's been there since the beginning?
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is, because, like, you don't really, like, think about it that much, right? You just go in and you're working, but it's like... It's one of the original members,
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is so cool. A lot's happening. Season 3 kind of ends in an interesting place where we know it's the All Valley tournament, but there's tensions between all the dojos. Some people were with Cobra Kai, now they're with Eagle Fang. Some people were Miyagi-Do, now they're not with Miyagi-Do. For you as kind of an actor and with everyone else, was it cool kind of seeing that on script and knowing what was to come for season 4, all the tension between everyone, that everyone knew each other from different dojos?
Yes, that was very cool, and I really enjoyed getting to see fans speculate like for an entire year.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really stressful because I wanted to say stuff so often, but I had to keep my lips sealed. So it's really good to see that everyone actually knows now.
100%. It's interesting too because you're Owen Morgan. We play Bert. Have you ever done interviews with people, or has anyone by accident called you Bert instead of Owen? Like, has that ever happened?
Not on an interview. It happens all the time on set, but it happens to everyone.
For sure. Is it cool to see the growth of Bert in terms of this season specifically? He's got that swag. He's got that confidence. Yep. Maybe it's because, like we said, he's an OG from the first season. But is it cool to see the growth on paper with Bert, Owen?
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely amazing. Since he's been here since season 1, he's definitely had a lot of time to grow and kind of gain confidence as he's gained experience with this whole karate war that's been going on. So I liked being able to bring this new kind of side to him out.
Absolutely. Bert and Nate have that rivalry that we saw, and some intense words has been said from both of them with all the fights and everything. They become kind of friends. They become bros in season 4. What's that like, kind of seeing that?
I that always really amuses me because of how we started off as these bitter enemies that they're always at each other's throats, and then the second we switch sides, suddenly we're just the best of friends. And I've always thought that was really great.
It's so crazy, and there's some cool Bert moments in this season. But I mean, I think one of the biggest moments, obviously, is Bert get thrown out the window. We even see that in season 4 in a flashback. Like, that's how big of a moment it was because they showed it in season 4. Did you know they were? Did you know they were going to bring it back?
I read it in the script.
Okay, yeah. What was going through your mind when you saw they were bringing it back in the script?
I was like, that's really cool. I was like, okay, I appreciate that.
Really cool thing I saw recently on Instagram is we see Bert at the All Valley tournament.
Yes.
And you're about to have a match with someone who's pretty big and strong looking.
Fairly tall.
Now, I hear that was Thomas Ian Griffiths, that was his stunt double, right?
I mean, sure, yeah. I don't think it's that hard to tell.
So, but it's interesting.
Really
no,
close, so.
Absolutely. But it's just like, I didn't think, I saw that, I watched the season, and I remember that guy being really big. I didn't clue in about the stunt double thing. Did you know he was going to be part of it and that Bert was going to face off against him? Like, how was that? Like, premeditated? Like, how did you know? Like, no. Okay.
All I knew was that it was going to be someone big again.
Yeah.
Then when I saw him, I was like, oh, okay.
Did he know he was going to do it? Like, was the plan to use him? Like,
I have no idea.
Okay. Because I find that really interesting as well, which is really cool. How much, obviously there's a script, there's a lot of moments and everything. How much of it, though, surprises you sometimes in terms of what it looks like in the script than when you go and film it, because that's a whole different world as well.
Right. That's most of the show for me. I always have a certain way that I imagine in my head, and then it ends up being like 10 times better when we actually film it.
Absolutely. So many focal points in season 4. Is there one that kind of stands out for you? There's so much going on. Miguel and Johnny, the All Valley tournament. What stands out for you specifically?
What stood out the most? I have no idea. There was a lot going on that season. I mean, the All Valley itself is probably the biggest standout to me.
Mm-hmm. What was it like, kind of like being kind of on set that day, knowing that like everyone was going to basically be there? Like most people, even people that you didn't have scenes with, were going to be kind of around. Like that must have been pretty cool.
That was really cool. We spent like a good few days filming that whole event, right? Because it's a big thing, and they had a lot of different things going on at the same time. So I pretty much got to get to know everyone, which
Absolutely.
I thought was a great opportunity.
Do you have, like we said, 4 seasons, right? Do you have can you name like 1 or 2 like moments for Bert or like in general that you're proud of the most? Like looking forward, it's been 4 seasons, so there's a lot.
Yeah. I'd say the ones I'm the most proud of are the Clarence scene.
Yep.
And let's see, what am I forgetting? Probably my scene with Stingray during season 4.
I was gonna bring that up. It's like you knew what I was gonna ask. It's a great scene.
It's just that good of a scene.
What was it like working with Paul on that? Because he's amazing, but like, was it because like he's just like, Bert, come here.
He is absolutely hilarious. I love getting any opportunity to work with him because he's just and something that a lot of people know, but some people don't, is that he improvs a lot of lines.
Wow.
And sometimes it'll make the cut, sometimes it won't. But I mean, he was absolutely killing everyone on set that day, over and over again. He'd say something different every single time.
So what we see with you and him at the prom then, do you know, was that in the script or was that some of his improv that made the cut?
Oh, most of it was scripted.
Okay, awesome. Sometimes you don't know. There was a situation, I watched a movie a couple years ago and I interviewed people on my show about it, and it was just like a dinner table conversation, and it felt like it wasn't scripted. Like it felt like it was just improv, and it was scripted. Like they were like, oh no, it was in the scene, it was in the script. And I find that interesting. Other way around as well. Yeah, exactly. That's very good writing. And I actually went into that interview like assuming that it was improv. And then the person's like, no, it was in the script. Like it wasn't improv. But like the writing, can we just talk about how amazing the writing on Cobra Kai is next level? Yeah.
Absolutely. I love the writing so much.
It's amazing. Does it inspire you? Because obviously, you know, you're acting in Cobra Kai, but does it inspire you when you see such an amazing kind of machine that is Cobra Kai? Does it inspire you to go behind the camera one day and kind of, you know, direct and write? Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. It's definitely something I've considered.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Absolutely.
Maybe someday.
But you're focusing on acting is obviously what you're focusing on right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, it's interesting because I talked to Nate. I think I talked to you about this before. When we see Bert in season 1, you have speaking lines and everything. Did you know you were gonna have speaking lines in season 1?
No.
Exactly.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah. So was it once they gave you speaking lines and everything? Because there's a lot of people in Cobra Kai that we see that don't have speaking lines, but they've been around since day 1, right? When you kind of got speaking lines and you like knew, did you kind of start feeling comfortable right off the bat with the character, kind of going into season by season, or did it take a while to get comfortable with everything?
Yeah, I'd say season 1 definitely I was not comfortable at all.
Yeah,
I had no idea what I was doing. I was very fresh. By season 2, I had a little more experience. So I was a little more comfortable with it, and it's just been getting better and better every season.
What's your favorite thing about working on Cobra Kai? What's the one thing that kind of stands out?
The people I get to work with.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a nice environment. Just no problems ever at all. I mean, everyone's always just hanging around and just trying to have a good time.
What are you hoping people get out of season 4 when they get to watch it, takeaway wise?
I mean, I just hope they enjoy it.
Absolutely. Do you also, and what do you kind of think about all the theories that are just nonstop on the internet about the show? Because it's a
Oh,
great sometimes, but it's overwhelming most of the
right.
time.
There are a lot of theories out there, and I read most of them.
Is it sometimes though, when you're reading something, because I spoke to Khalil who plays Chris, and he says he'll read a theory and he'll just be like, no, that's not right at all.
Yeah,
Is it?
most of the time.
Is that the same thing with you? Sometimes when we read these theories, you're like,
Yep.
that could be cool, but no, it's not.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai fans are amazing. We just talked about how amazing they are, and they've
Oh,
supported Bert since day one. It's been amazing to see.
yeah, no, this is an absolutely amazing fandom because I think everyone just gets along so well, and it's always just very constructive conversations, and everyone's always supporting the actors, and I love that so much. I see hardly any negativity towards this show, and that's just fantastic.
Absolutely. The move to Netflix was obviously a game changer in many ways. More countries get to watch Cobra Kai. Is it, especially with last season, it drops, everyone's excited for season 3 and everything. You kind of knew what to expect a little bit though, right? Because you kind of dealt with it. Because when it dropped on Netflix for the first time, season 3, they replayed season 1 and 2 so people can watch it. But then season 3 was exclusively on Netflix. That was like a lot for a lot of people because people were like freaking out, like it was so big and everything. You knew what to expect a little bit with season 4, right? Because you went through it last year, right?
Yeah. So I'd seen it all happen with season 3, so I kind of knew what to prepare for going into the release of season 4.
So how do you prepare for a new season of Cobra Kai dropping?
I just watch people get prepared, and then I get excited about that.
It's so true. It's so great. I'm so happy for you, man, and the cast. It's awesome to see some pretty cool Bert moments this season. Thank you so much for coming back on the show, man. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you for being on. It's great.
Absolutely. So, you know what? Season 4 of Cobra Kai is streaming now on Netflix. They probably watched it if they're watching this interview, but you know what they could do, Owen? They can binge it if they want, right? It's there for them.
Exactly.
And people can follow you on Instagram, keep up to date with everything.
Yep, absolutely.
It's just Owen Morgan, or
I think it's just Owen Morgan. I think I think the O in Morgan is
a 0. Yeah,
but other than that,
they'll find you.
It will be hard to find me. I'm verified.
This has been Pop Turner, youtube.com/Pop Turner for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Owen Morgan, who plays Bert in Cobra Kai on Netflix, and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.